So I added a few things into my sandbox course to kind of show you how we can do other things with different types of documents, PDFs, things like that. So I have three I'm going to show you here, and then I'm also going to show you one with Cami. So the first one here, Splashy Swimmers, is a PDF I took, turned into a JPEG, and then I edit it so that way it is a drag and drop type of activity for our younger children. So when you open it, notice it doesn't look like a normal slide. It is the same size as a sheet of paper, although we kind of need to zoom this in a little bit so that way we can see it a little bit better. Here we go. All right, and we see we have three columns here, sharks, both, and goldfish with some empty boxes. And normally for something like this, if we had students in the class, we could cut this out and glue it onto here. But I made this a drag and pull these pieces up and find where to put it. So sharks live in salt water. Some weigh more than an elephant. Goldfish live in fresh water, and so on. So I've made this an interactive document where students are still kind of, moving and pasting things to where they belong, but now it's an assignment that they can take and then they can turn back in to Schoology. Another assignment that I put on here, once I go back, here we go, is ocean graphing. Now I made this one in Google Drawings because Google Drawings lets us do a few things. So I took a worksheet. Once again, it is a picture instead of just like a normal worksheet. And this one says count, tally, and graph. So kids can put tally marks in here. I've already put a little text boxes so they can type their name in. And they can mark their tally marks in here by using the letter I and so on. And then they can use and create boxes in order to see the graph. So if we wanted to graph the starfish, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go here, go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 starfish. There's our box. And we got the beginning of a bar graph. Not quite as, fun as, coloring in the bars and things like that on a normal bar graph, but in place of, having face-to-face classes and we have to go virtual, it is an option. The last one I want to show you in this little folder here I've created is this Ocean Edition page. Now this is a math page, and what I did is I put it on here. Now students are going to have to attach assignments to comments in order to turn it in or enter it into the submissions, which on them will be on the right side here, but they'll have to pop this out, open it with DocHub, and of course we need to, add ourselves to DocHub. Here it goes. All right. So when we want students to do this and they want to answer the question, they can take the text tool and just click and point. And so we know the answer to this one is 11. If students want to move it, they can. Drag and move it. They can also change the size of the text. And when they're ready to answer the next one, they just have to point and click. And 7 plus 5 gives us 12. And so on. So they can go on and edit it and then download and export it. For our younger kids, which this, seeing what I've created here, it seems to be aimed for, DocHub has a few extra steps that we may not necessarily want them to have to go through. So Kami, even though it has now added a new feature where you have to pay for some of it, $99 a year, Kami also has an extension that works alongside with Schoology. So here we want to go and search for Google. If it'll let me type. Come on now. No, not drawings. We want Google extensions. Okay. And it gives us the Chrome Web Store. And the thing we want to search for is Kami. K-A-M-I. Okay. We're going to add Kami to Chrome. Add extension. And it's going to pop it up right up here. Okay. That's all we need to do for that. So now let's add an assignment into this week 2 folder that uses Kami. So I'm going to name my assignment. This is going to be Ocean Math as well, or Ocean Edition, since it was an edition page. And now I have this little box that says Kami on it, and Kami is going to directly link into my Google Drive. So now I have my Google Drive here. I can go in and find the edition page I want to use and select it. Now, just like the Google assignments, I can only use one of these at a time, but it will also create a copy for each student. So now I can select a due date, give it a point value, decide what type of category it is in, and create the assignment. So now for the students, we have this other Ocean Edition page that when they open it, they now have this option to open assignment with Kami. And it opens it here. And so now students are able to mark up the page, add text, add a comment, draw, add shapes, and erase, just like they could on DocHub. And they'll also be able to turn it in directly from here. So while Schoology doesn't support a Kami app, it does support, however, the use of Kami within it. That's all I have for this little extra video. I will also be adding a video on how to turn a PDF into a picture type of image, so that way you can use it as backgrounds.